It's October 15th of 2022, one day before my birthday, and I'm sitting in the balcony on the chair with my feet up, and I'm thinking to myself, when will this end? Now, what do I mean by that? At this point in my life, I was going through various thoughts of, let's say, self-harm, to put it nicely, and nothing was going right, and I mean nothing. Everything from the time I woke up to the time that I went back to bed seemed like a struggle. I wasn't enjoying my days, that wasn't even a question. It was every day I wake up, it's the question of, can I just get through this day? Can I push through? And I always had this one thought during those times, and that is, that eventually it's gotta end. This can't go on forever. And you guys know that too, Even if you're happy, it's not going to, that emotion is not going to carry forever. If you're sad or upset, it's not going to carry on forever. If you're depressed, it's not going to carry on forever. There's always phases, and I knew that, all right, it's been long enough that I've been in this position. When am I going to change? When is it going to just change? And now I'm in a position where I am thankful for every single thing that happened, every single bad thing that happened, because I realize now that, without those sort of things, as cliche as it may sound to say, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have the mindset that I have now. And I want to just send a message to every single one of you out there, every perhaps young teen out there, or anyone really. One quote I keep in my head is, setbacks are made, or setbacks occur for comebacks. What I mean by that is, whenever you go through a dull period in life, there's always a better one following that. That dull period is not coincidental, it's not just something that happens. There's a reason it happens, and that reason you will only enjoy after a while. When I was going through this phase, despite how tough it was, I would often sit down and think, there's got to be a reason for this, or this has got to end. There's a deeper meaning to this, whatever's going on in my life, or there's a deeper reason as to why I'm feeling the way I am. And now I understood why every single thing happened the way it did. If you're a kid in school, because I know that most people in school right now have horrible mental health, you know, I remember when I was in school, just to give you a quick example of how my life was in school, there's all this stuff, majority of it started when I was in school. And I remember during the break time, we get like 20-minute lunch break. It wasn't even 20 minutes because the teacher would take like 7-8 minutes. But 20-minute lunch break, I hated being in this place so much that I'm not making this up. I would literally be in the washroom till the bell rang and we had to return to class. I didn't want anything to, I didn't want to do I didn't want anything to do with any of these people. I didn't want to speak to them. I didn't want to be in front of them. I just wanted to be on my own. Part of that could be I'm an introvert, part of that could be the fact that I don't like people, but a lot of it was due to the fact that I was mentally disturbed. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what purpose I had in this life. I genuinely feel every single one of us put on this planet, doing good or bad things, becoming a good or bad person, there's a reason for it. There's a purpose that we're here to serve. And at that point in my life, I would often think, as depressive as this may sound, I would think, I am blessed with a well functioning body, a well functioning mind, a well functioning brain. For on the outside, I'm a pretty normal person. But on my mind, I felt so useless in my mind. I was good at nothing. I felt I was good at nothing. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't good in grades, studies. I wasn't good in any other extracurricular activities. I wasn't good in speaking. I didn't have friends. And I was so lonely, and I just thought, what is my purpose on this planet? I just felt so useless. But during that phase, I knew there's a reason for it. So if any of you guys are going through the phases that something like what I described right now, please understand, I'm 18, and you guys, often people don't listen to guys or listen to people, unless you accomplished everything, they will not listen to your advice. But please take my advice and understand that whatever difficult thing that you're going through right now, there is a deeper meaning to it. I do not watch this Hamza video or some Iman Ghazi video and come and repeat it to you. I'm genuinely telling you from my experience, there is a meaning for it. You won't realize it now, but when you finish this and you get out of this phase, and your life gets a whole lot better, you will understand, okay, this needed to happen. Let's be honest, every one of us goes through a dull period in our life. Every one of us do. There's no two ways about it. Every one of us will go through a phase, maybe months, years, where we feel there's something off. We just feel so low. We don't exactly know why it is or what it is from. And even if we do know, there's nothing we can do about it in that situation. And there's two ways that most people will look at this. A few people, a very, very small percentage of people, will look at this and say, okay, you know what? I am so down right now. This is the lowest point in my life. The only way I can go is up. The other person, the second type of people, is they won't do anything about it. They're just gonna get stuck in the same place and start giving excuses. Oh, I don't want to go to the gym because I'm mentally not feeling too well. Oh, I don't want to do work. I don't feel like it. If this is the sort of person that you are, then you're just gonna end up like the average person. But if you have that mindset, something brewing in you to say, let's get things going again, let's progress in life, a very few percentage of people actually have that. I recently, literally yesterday, right before I was about to sleep, I just hopped on my YouTube to see how many subscribers I have, and then I came across a short from Iman Gadzi, and he said every millionaire and most of billionaires that he spoke to have this mindset, one trait, and that is in their mind they think that they are better than others. And that's not to be offensive or disrespectful to the average person or whatever, but in their mind they know they're better. And I don't know, if it was coincidental that I watched that video at that time, but over the past few weeks I have realized that it's like I've realized that I'm looking at myself as an above average person. I speak to the people around me, and I'm like, why are these guys like this? I'm so much like, I'm here and they're here. And I'm not talking about, freaking money, looks, physicality, fitness. I'm not talking about any of it. Just the way sometimes, the way people speak and what they speak about, you can determine what sort of a person they are. And I realize that I'm here and these guys are all the way here. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to them, but it's just a mindset that I have. So yeah, if you're going through a tough phase, understand there's a reason behind it. And when you come out of it, you will understand that, and you will in fact be grateful for the fact that you went through what you did. So don't stress it, just push through and make sure you're doing the best that you can, because if you just stay, and expect something out of nowhere to happen, it's really not. You're just gonna go through life not doing anything. So try to pick yourself up, pick a hobby, pick something that you genuinely want to do, and look at ways to improve yourself financially, physically, mental health, illy, and so on. You get my point. But yeah.